say amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You say one word, I say amazing. Yeah.
Alright guys, good afternoon. I wanted to try something a little bit different. I wanted to separate my subliminal videos that have to do with like Hollywood or whatever I find subliminal within the media. I'm going to break those down and give you guys my output on what I feel should be talked about, subliminally at least. But yeah, so I launched this video yesterday, and you know, for the most part I edited it and showed you guys, you know, what I found to be subliminal within this movie, The Oblivion. But I wanted to try something different, and please let me know if you guys like these type of videos. Let me know. If not, then I'll probably stop. But this is going to be the episode 1 of the breakdown, the subliminal breakdown within the movie Oblivion. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So, of course, most of you guys know what the word oblivion means by definition: the state of being unaware or unconscious of what is happening. So yeah. Let's go back. So yeah, that is an ancient structure. Kind of looks like the Mayans type of construction. I mean, I'm not so sure, but that's what it looks like, at least in my opinion. One second, let me make sure this is okay. Yeah, as soon as I saw this part, good afternoon, Loyal Tangi.
Sir.
Good to see you.
Located
But as soon as I seen this part, I already knew.
Sinkhole.
I already knew
No
this
visual,
is
but I
gonna
can
be a
hear it.
mud flood type of deal.
That's good. That's good. There's no sign of scav activity on top.
Ted's offline in 15 minutes. After that, you're on your own. Jack has located drone 172. Engage in recovery now.
And as he goes down, you see your royal ceiling. And from what it looks like to me here is like a historical library. You get the chandeliers, arch, these like sealed arch windows. You see that? Let's go back. You see right here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but right in the center, right by the chandeliers, you can see those sealed off arch windows.
Got a visual on drone 172.
Jack?
And then right here, it shows just how deep it goes. I mean, look at the stories. Those are actual floors. Look. That's one floor right below Tom Cruise. Another one below that, and so on and so forth. So this is just displaying subliminally that, you know, mud flood is real. I mean, it's right before your eyes. The Salt Lake City Temple is a great example. Right now, as we speak, they continue to renovate it. But yeah, it's 4 stories. So 40 feet below, I think it's 10 feet each story in the Salt Lake City Temple. But right below it is 40 stories. So for those of you who don't know that, now you know. 4 stories, which means 40 feet, 10 feet per floor. And this looks like about the same. It could be 10 feet per floor. But just look how far it goes down. It's crazy. And before, when I first watched this movie back in 2014 or 15, I forget the year, but I remember my wife and I watched it before. And as I was watching it, I didn't think of anything subliminal, you know? And for the most part, everything that it was showing made me believe that, you know what, this is probably going to happen in the far future, you know, in the far distance future, not the near future. Not even knowing that the truth is these events already happened. So yeah, it's just amazing, guys. Exactly, Loyal Tangy. Truth in plain sight. See how deep that goes? Like I said, they incorporated that scene or that part within this scene for a reason and on purpose to show us just how deep it goes. And then he starts to walk across. More archways. See that? See these walkways or the arch pathways, whatever you would call them, but they're all in the shape of an arch. So definitely you can see that this is, you know, construction possibly from the millennial reign or, you know, after. My guess would be after because before the other buildings were destroyed and new buildings were built. And of course, the globe. They just had to show that, right?
If you're looking for the truth.
Yeah, I had to capture this part too. As I was watching the whole movie, I was seriously trying to find subliminal things. And for sure, when Morgan Freeman said, if you're looking for the truth. That's where you'll find it. And he hands over, gives him back his handgun that he took away earlier. But yeah.
If you're looking for the truth, that's where you'll find it.
That's where you'll find it. So the movie is basically this man, Tom Cruise. A man who is in oblivion, of course. That's why the movie is called Oblivion. And he's got his memory wiped clean. And The officials, of course, did that to him. And he's on a journey, an adventure to find the truth about what is going on. Huge doorways, yes. Proof in movies, I see it all the time. Good morning, Tala and Loyal Tangi. Pray you all are doing well. Morning, Bonnie. Good to see you. I'm on my phone and my connection is bad, so my comments may be delayed. No worries. As long as you get the footage right. Anyways, before I get started, I'm going to take my vitamin. Or before I continue. That's so gross. Can never get used to it. It doesn't taste good at all. I chase it with some coffee though. It helps. Anyway, let's continue. So as right after he gives him back his firearm and tells him, if you're looking for the truth, here's where you'll find it. He leaves. This is one of my favorite parts. Is where, see, when I first watched this, like I said, when I first watched this in 2015, I didn't think anything about this. You know, I noticed the buildings, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, yeah, this is just an event that's going to happen in the far distant future. But as I watched it again, and to be honest, the reason why I watched it 2 days ago was because I was on YouTube and I just saw the movie on the algorithm. It's not like I was searching it. I just saw it on the algorithm and I was like, I remember this movie. I bet there's a lot of subliminal messages in that movie. So, of course, I watched it. And, of course, I found all these subliminal messages. I mean, but then it's hard to call them subliminal because it's like right in your face. So it's like obvious messages. But anyway, you got your mud flood cities on the left and right here, as you can see. So this is showing New York buried underground. And we all know just how tall these city buildings are. They're very tall, especially in New York. And it's like mud flooded to the brim, to the top of the buildings. It's just crazy. And it's like, when I look at this, it's like they're trying to tell us that buildings have been buried stories and stories and stories below, just way below. And like as deep as, you know, what, over 100 feet. It's hard to believe because how deep it could go, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Now look at his face. Look at his face as he flies through. His face is like in awe. He's like, oh my gosh. Look at these buildings. Why are they buried?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. And then he sees, of course, the top of the Empire State Building buried. But keep in mind, this is just the top portion of the building. And we all know just how tall the Empire State Building is. Look at that. It's just buried. So this base right here, so the ground level where that base is, that's actually where those how do you say, the telescopes or binoculars, whatever, those mounted binoculars, that's where this is at, where people go and tour. Tourists, they come here to the top, and for example, they would propose to their wife on the top of this Empire State Building where those mounted binoculars are. This is where that is, and we all know how tall this is. So yeah, that just goes to show how deep this mud flood was. And of course, behind the Empire State Building, you see the other city buildings right here. Yeah. Let's continue. Oh yeah, then he's trying. This is the part where I caught on real quick. It doesn't say that he's flying in the North Pole, but on the map that he's using, it shows that he's going towards the center, towards the north. So that's how I knew. And as he was flying there, there was a storm. It's almost as if God didn't want him, or was like preventing him from flying in the center, as you can see in this depiction here. See, then God strikes him, falls down, keeps falling, and he makes it. And then when he makes it, his partner, which is a female, back at home, it's a woman that the officials assigned Tom Cruise with to be his partner. And she's the one that monitors him while he's out doing what he's supposed to do, according to the officials. But as soon as he gets to the north, watch how he goes off radar. Ding. See that? He went off radar right there. Boom. And that shows that he's in the North Pole. The center of the earth.
You know where we're going.
Yeah, you hear him? He says, you know where we're going. And now you can see greenery. You can see mountains and more greenery. Boom. And right there, the center of the earth, the North Pole. I mean, I'm not saying it looks exactly like that, but the fact that they show that there is a lot of greenery here, a lot of green trees and vegetation, it just shows that they're trying to portray the North Pole. Because keep in mind, the during this whole movie, the whole world is like dead, like post-apocalyptic type deal, and it's like all dead, like there's no trees, nothing. But when he goes to this place, he gets off radar, and his partner is not able to see him, and of course he enters the North Pole. And yeah, but yeah, that was basically it, guys. So what'd you guys think? Should I continue to do these episodes of the Subliminal Breakdown? This is episode 1. Thank you, Bonnie. I just took my vitamins too. Awesome. What vitamins you taking, buddy? By the way, what I just took is something called kratom. It's an herb. It's an herb from Southeast Asia. You can find it in like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. You can find it there, but I order mine. But it tastes, in my opinion, it tastes gross. It tastes like moringa, and in my opinion, moringa is gross. They're very, very similar in taste. But yeah, what do you guys think? Okay. Loyal Tangi says John is terrific. Yeah, John Levi is great. Thanks to John Levi, Tree Paw says. Thanks to John Levi for his research of our realm. Truth and mudflood evidence. Mind-blowing research from both of you. Appreciate that, Tree Paw. Thank you. John is terrific. Great breakdown, Tala. Thanks, Loyal Tangi. Yes, keep it up. Awesome. Sounds good. I'll take your word for it, Tree Paw. I'll go ahead and keep doing these subliminal breakdowns. Just getting in, Uncle Gary. Hey, Uncle Gary, welcome. If you want to watch the whole thing, go ahead and just rewind it. You can literally rewind the stream and catch up. Bonnie says, yes, would love more content on subliminal messages. Awesome. I guess I'll go ahead and continue this. That was episode 1. Yeah. So every time I find any subliminal message, oh my gosh, so sorry. So sorry. That's the alarm. But yeah, that will be it, guys. And if I find any more subliminal messages, I will display them on here. Thank you for the truth about the Statue of Liberty. You're very welcome, Tree Paw. Very welcome. Again, sorry about that alarm. It's the wife's alarm. But I'll go ahead and end it here, guys. You guys have a great one. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Until next time.
You say one word, I say amazing. You say one word, I say amazing.